Hey, Dennis Foster here, Focus Outdoors TV. We're in western South Dakota out in the Black Hills. We're going to do a little turkey hunting here. Wrapped up some pike fishing just 2 days ago. Kind of shows you all the opportunities we have here in South Dakota. You can bounce from one thing right into something totally different. With that, we're out at a shooting range here in the hills, and we're going to pattern our shotguns, make sure we know exactly where everything's hitting. Fortunate enough to work closely with the folks at Rio who supply us ammunition, and they also supply my pheasant hunting business shotgun shells. The thing I like about them is they'll listen. They literally took my ideas and made up some pheasant loads. We got the first batch out last year. Very impressed with them. Now they've even listened further. We've got 3-inch loads that'll push 4-shot at 1,400 feet a second, 1.25 ounce loads. I mean, just really good stuff for late season. With that, going even hotter into the turkey loads, which I'm going to be using late December on the pheasants. They've got 3-inch loads that are pushing 1.75 ounces of shot downrange at 1,250 feet per second. They got those 4, 5s, and 6s. They're also a buffered load. So with that, we're going to run them through a few cycles here and see exactly what we got and get ourselves geared up for tomorrow's hunt. Whoa, them got some snort. All right, we just ran the first salvo of these Royal Turkey loads through here trying to pattern them up, and they are copper plated. I'm shooting a 6-shot right now, and they're also buffered, but at 30 yards you can see with this Visicolor target, it is absolutely just smoked this bird. So very confident. We're going to turn around and actually back up a little bit further and stretch these things out and gain some more confidence in them. You officially killed that one.
The first morning of our hunt started with a very busy field in front of our hunters, but not a turkey in sight. But it was fun to watch the deer try to figure out our decoys and the new smells on their field. But we knew if we were going to bag a turkey, we were going to have to choose a different area.
Well, we're out here in the Black Hills of South Dakota. Just wrapped up our first morning hunt. Had found some birds the night before. They did not cooperate. We literally got through winter here, what, a week, 10 days ago before it finally broke. Now, to me, it's unseasonably warm, probably 80 degrees. But I'm going to leave it to Larry Bennett and Andrew Johnson. Larry's local, knows the ground really well, basically serving as our guide in every aspect of it out here. And these guys understand the birds much more than I do. I'm a novice. Tell us what's going on and what we're up against.
Well, with the temperature warming up, it's like I said, it's over 70, 75 degrees today, if not even close to 80. So they've moved kind of away from the buildings. We're here on a private ranch, and we just talked to the landowner. Says the birds have moved off into the timber a little bit, so we're gonna go up here by the horse pasture and get off into the timber a little bit more and see if we can't figure out where they are, because we know right now they're not right behind us.
No, it's one of those deals where the weather changed so rapidly this year that you had a pattern going on the birds that existed for the first half of the season, and then it literally changed overnight. And so the birds are starting to establish a new pattern, and we're learning right along with them. So we're just here outside of Deadwood a ways. Yeah, it's pushing 80 degrees. We know where they're roosting. The problem is off the roost, they're, if you're not in their way, they're still grouped up. So if they're still with their hens, they're not going to break off. So we haven't found a lone gobbler yet, but we're trying to get in their way.
Yeah, they're coming out of the roost, and they decide on the roost which direction they're going. And if they're going south and you're north, guess what? They're still going south, and there's no way to get ahead of them. So we're gonna sneak back here in a little darker timber and try to get around and see if we can figure out where they've decided to put their new patterns for the hotter weather. But like every animal, they seek out the shade. And we got a little bit of storm system coming in this afternoon, so hopefully that'll push them back out of the timber into these openings.
Perfect, guys. Let's go do it. And moral of the story here, I just learned, is don't sit on a stump with ants.
So we'll move on.
I tried to tell you there was ants in
I
there.
saw them. I didn't think they were that quick. All right, this is reality. Wow.
Dennis has got ants in his pants.
Ants.
The guys moved locations for the second set. Lo and behold, there were a few turkeys there. But they weren't really interested in anything that we had to offer. Just kind of passing through the field. They gave them a brief glance and away they went. Then all of a sudden, the deer showed up again. And all that did is just made the turkeys pick up the pace to cross the field, where they got back into the timber where it was shady. As the afternoon waned, our group could tell that a weather change was coming. How the hills portion of this hunt was going to be determined by Mother Nature and what she had to offer coming up. As the sky started to darken and the winds changed direction, the guys thought they better pack up and wait to see what Mother Nature brings for weather that night and the next day.
Midwest Gun Dog Kennels is your full-time gun dog training facility. For over 30 years, we've customized our training to fit each individual gun dog. We know it takes a well-trained gun dog to handle wild birds to make every hunting trip a dream trip. Let Midwest Gun Dog Kennels put excitement back into your hunt of a lifetime. Midwest Gun Dog Kennels, where experience equals excellence.
No matter the size, age, or activity level of your best friend, you want a dog food that's natural, feeds great, and is full of all the goodness you demand. That's what we pack into every bag of Country Vet Naturals. Country Vet Naturals are just what the name says, natural goodness in every bag. We also make grain-free cat and dog food and treats. Learn more and find a dealer at countryvetnaturals.com. Country Vet Naturals, loved by pets, trusted by owners.
Well, as you might be able to tell, I spend a lot of time behind a shotgun. Whether it's at the clay target fields, sporting clays fields, doing exhibitions, or bird hunting, I always trust my shooting skills to the Rio Elites. Not only for the lighter recoil, but as you can tell, the harder hitting, consistent patterns. These clay targets don't stand a chance when you shoot Rio Elite.
Make your next day on the water even better with Airwave Pedestal, the only air suspension system that can be custom adjusted to the weight of the rider. No unreliable springs, no oil-filled shocks to leak. Our patented design utilizes a two-stage suspension system to smooth out the roughest ride, while limiting travel to an industry-leading 2 inches. This boating season, enjoy your time on the water to the fullest. Find out how at airwavepedestal.com.
Literally circling around Lead and Deadwood. We're having some issues with some weather here. Obviously the hunting isn't going to be any good, and we darn sure don't want to sit out and be miserable, so we're literally playing tourist here. Probably going to take a little tour of a mine museum if they'll let us film it here in a bit. One thing I've never seen is the open cut from the old Homestake mine. We're going to take an overview of that and just kind of look around over here. And the interesting part of the Black Hills is we're here to hunt, but there's a million different things to do, and I'll think of probably half a dozen here, and somebody else could think of 24. But there, you know, there's the obvious hiking opportunities, ATV stuff. We're pulling around a Honda ATV. There's all kinds of trails to go on, and nice trails at that. Wintertime snowmobiling, skiing. Obviously the adult side of things with the gaming. A lot of fun bars in town if you're into that. A lot of family type stuff too. There's resorts, campgrounds spread throughout the area. Personally, I use the Deadwood area as kind of a base of operations. When we're out here, the folks are just as friendly as you're ever going to see anywhere. Yes, this is a tourist attraction, but you don't get that terrible tourist feeling out of the whole experience, and this is an experience. We're going to wrap up our Black Hills portion of South Dakota spring turkey hunting. A lot of hunting going on here, very little harvesting. Faced a number of conditions that did not help us. It's beautiful now. Of course, we're going to take off. Faced some rainy conditions, and before that we had a very, very late winter, and then spring just actually sprung into gear. These birds are all locked up on hands. Tons of birds around. We saw plenty of birds. The locals are helpful. Everybody you talk to tells you where there's birds. No doubt about that. Just couldn't make the doggone things move. So with that, we've got a ton of options here in South Dakota. We're just going to slip down onto the prairie, probably 100 miles away in the Face, South Dakota area, and hunt some rangeland birds out in the grasslands. And like I said, the weather straightened out. They should be a little more cooperative, probably a little further along in the process, and be able to pull a few around. But the moral of the story is, you know, don't be afraid to get out here and try this stuff. And to be honest with you, today we went scouting. The hills are so beautiful. We found ourselves being tourists, and I'm a South Dakota native. Went down a little road I've never been down before. So, you know, don't be afraid to come out here, folks. It's just an absolutely great destination. Now we're going to go out in the middle of nowhere and try to get one, and at least get one done for the year.
So with Head East as the new battle cry for our group, off to the rolling plains we went. And were we surprised by the amount of turkeys in our area. The area was full of turkeys. So with high hopes, the second part of our turkey hunt begins. Even with the abundance of turkeys on the prairie, they were henned up. Not responding to decoys, not responding to calls at all. So he had to start chasing them, try to cut them off, get ahead of them, or use the rolling terrain to sneak up on them. All options required speed and stealth. We were playing in their backyard, and this game is difficult to win.
He's walking. Nothing more.
All right, we just wrapped up our spring turkey hunting here in South Dakota last night. We started in the hills roughly 2 weeks ago, Black Hills that is, South Dakota. Had a tough hunt out there. The birds were all henned up, very unresponsive, run into a bunch of tough weather. with rain and so forth, but we did have a backup plan in place, and that was to slide down onto the prairie, West River, South Dakota, west of the Missouri River, out in the grasslands, and totally change tactics from trying to lure these birds in by calling to literally running and gunning, and I mean running, up and down hills as we were spotting these birds in the drainages and draws, trying to get ahead of them, get in position, and get a camera in position, which proved to be very tough. Probably could have took a couple birds, but we didn't have the camera there for the camera shot. Ended up 10 minutes of light left, just couldn't take a chance. I ended up taking this guy. So we got the job done, and you do what you got to do. One interesting thing I found as a novice turkey hunter, this just being my second bird ever, is he's got 5 beards. So this is kind of cool, and it's a trophy for me, and I don't mount a lot of things, but I am going to mount him because it is unique to me. And we'll show that in close-up here in a second, as well as some of the ammo that we're using to bag these birds.
All right, I'd like to show these 5 beards off because I'm kind of proud of them. It's only my second bird I've ever had. They're with a feather. But obviously we've got his main beard here, which is probably 9-10 inches long. Then we go down the line, he's got a second. Got himself a third there, the fourth, and then a little bit smaller one, but obviously he's got his 5th beard there, so I thought that was pretty cool. And we're using this white background to try to hopefully show this stuff off so it is visible for you folks. But actually what the background is a target that we use for patterning. Rio come out with our new Royal Turkey loads, which is an 1 3/4 ounce load. It's super hot, it's buffered, copper plated shot, in this case 5-shot, and this is a freehand pattern at 25 yards, and as you can see it flat blew holes in here, and it's really key, and particularly on this hunt itself we had 1 shot to make this thing work, and it's a 1-shot kill. You can have the confidence there. Just a real premium load at a working man's price here.
Dakota Pheasant Guide offers the best wild pheasant hunts from the Glacial Lakes area of South Dakota west to the Missouri River. Packages available include everything from self-guided to fully guided hunts. Book your bird hunting adventure now. Fishermen, iTime Promotions is your ticket to an enjoyable and successful day on the water. Call Dennis Foster for your outdoor adventure of a lifetime.
Dennis Foster here. I'd like to introduce you to the Dorado catch and release boat latch system. It's back the trailer into the water, pop the cord, and away we go. Once our day in the water is done, we simply roll the boat up onto the bunks until it achieves contact with the bow eye. It clicks securely into place, away we go. We're exclusive partners with B2Outdoors.com. That's where you're going to want to go and order your very own system. You can enter the promo code iTime Promotions and receive free shipping on your items.
When it comes to dog food and treats, you want something natural. A dog food or special reward that feeds great, is made in the USA, and helps your best friend live a long and healthy life. That's what you get with Country Vet Naturals, natural goodness in every bag. And for those of you who want grain-free, we've got that too. Find a dealer and learn more about Country Vet Naturals dog food, cat food, and treats at countryvetnaturals.com. Country Vet Naturals, loved by pets, trusted by owners.
Nissan North America, and we are here at the 2016 Association of Great Lake Outdoor Riders Cast and Blast in Mercer, Wisconsin. And I am standing right next to the 2016 Nissan Titan XD. And let me tell you what that means. It's basically in a segment all its own. It's between the light duty truck and the heavy duty truck. A lot of folks out there with a light duty need a little more oomph than what a light duty half-ton truck offers, and there's a lot of folks, but they don't want to step up to the 3/4 ton, and there's a lot of folks out there with a heavy duty 3/4 ton, don't need quite as much, but need a little more than what the light duty offers. So this is where this truck is positioned, kind of a 5/8 if you will, but positioned right between the half-ton and the 3/4 ton. And what's special about this one, lots of things special about this one, but one thing that's really special is the Cummins diesel 5-liter V8. It's a turbo diesel in there, 310 horsepower and 555 pound-feet of torque. A lot of towing here, a lot of capability with this truck. It's a tool that you can use if you're in construction, plumbing, whatever, and you need some towing and some hauling capability. Tow over 12,300 pounds and a 2,500 pound payload. Speaking of towing, you've got a side mirror here that telescopes out. Also comes with a nice puddle lamp, so a nice feature there. But anyways, that's a little bit on how the Titan XD is positioned, its towing and its capability. Got lots of power. Let's take a look here on the inside, the front cab here. Lots of room on the inside here. Plenty of leg room, plenty of headroom. So if you're a tall person, you've got plenty of space to get in there. One thing I want to show you, and I'll step right in here, is you've noticed that the shifter is up here on the column as opposed in the console. We talked to folks out there and they said, hey, we don't mind. If you want to put it on the console, go ahead, or the column, go ahead. We know that's going to give us more space in the console. We got, I think, class-leading console space here in the front of the Titan. So nice. We've got also zero-gravity seats that come in the Titan XD. These seats are extremely comfortable. Believe you me, I put them to the test. Went on a road trip about 3 hours, got out. I didn't feel fatigued. My bones weren't aching, muscles weren't aching. I was just felt really good. So those zero gravity seats are a nice feature that can come in the Titan XD. Moving back here to the back for all you hunters and fishermen out there. I don't know if you can see real well, but these seats fold up, and we've got class-leading storage underneath the seat here. You'll see this portion of it here. It opens up and it folds flat. And that's all very nice. Let's say if you've got dogs back here, if you want to put boxes back here, whatever, these fold flat, the underseat storage. But also, what they do is open them up. You've got storage space here and on the other side, and it's lockable. Say if you want to put whatever you want, maybe a gun or some ammunition in here, you can put it in there, and you can lock it up so it's safely stored. So a great feature here in the Titan XD with the underseat storage, lockable underseat storage, and the fold flat surface, which is what customers told us they wanted. Another nice feature we did is we extended the step rail on back, so it allows you to get to the back of the truck real easy. A lot of times folks step right here into the wheel and you slip and you fall and you scratch up your truck or you bruise your ribs. So that's a very nice feature right there. Coming around here to the back of the truck, we got two-way dampening. Sometimes you got a heavy load in your hands and you got to come up to the bed of the truck and to the tailgate here. You can just open it up real easy and it comes down on its own, real nice and easy. You remember the days when it used to just slam down hard. Not the case with the Titan XD tailgate here. In the back here, first ones to do this factory applied spray on bed liner. It comes from the factory with this, so you don't have to go somewhere and have them spray on a bed liner. Also got the integrated gooseneck hitch here. You can't see it, there's a cap over it there, and also you got your safety chain hooks where they go there. That's got a cap over that, but it comes from the factory with an integrated gooseneck hitch, so you don't have to go somewhere, have them cut a hole in the bed of your truck to put in a gooseneck hitch. It comes from the factory already that way, and we've got an integrated brake controller. I didn't show you, but it's up there in the cab of the truck. So some nice things that come from the factory you don't have to worry about. Nice features there. Here's another great thing. These Titan boxes, they are great for storing anything that you don't want to get wet. It's waterproof and it's lockable. It comes on both sides of the bed here. Comes out real easy. If you don't want them in there, you need more hauling space, you can take one out, you can take both out, just a few bolts and you can take them out easy. But if you want to leave them in, you can also put a tonneau cover on, put a camper shell on, and you can leave your Titan boxes in. They can stay or they can go either way. If you leave them in too and you want to haul a 4x8 sheet of plywood, not a problem. You got plenty of room, even with the Titan boxes in, to haul the plywood. This right here, this is a workbench. We've got lights right here that fully illuminate this. Let's say at night we know the work continues. Fully illuminates this, and Let's say you got a power tool, you need to plug it in. You probably can't see it, but there's a plug right there. You plug in your power tool and away you go. So you're good to go with your workbench right here. Utilitrack tie-down system. We were the first ones to do that. Got the heavy-duty cleats right here. So you got your tie-down here on the side, the back of the cab there, and also on the bed of the floor here. So if you can put those, you can put the cleats down in here, you can put them up here, tie down your ATV, whatever you want to tie down back here. Very nice feature. All right, moving on here. You know, it was easy to open, also very easy to close. One finger, easy as pie. Last thing I want to show you, great feature on this truck. You know, if you can tell, there's a camera right here. What used to be a two-man job is now a one-man job with the Titan XD pickup truck. You want to hook up your boat, let's say early in the morning, you got to go wake up Junior, you got to go wake up your wife, say, come help me load up the boat or the trailer, whatever you're hauling. Don't have to do that anymore. This camera right in here projects up there on the screen in the cab of the truck. The picture back here, so you'll see the ball, the ball hitch right here, and you've also got the tongue. And the camera shows the trailer when you're backing up, coming right up to the ball, the tongue of the trailer, and it gives you an audible sound when the tongue is right over the ball. So you just put it in park, come back here, lower it down right onto the ball. That's the beauty of this camera here. The final thing here when it comes to towing, it's really nice that we've done. Also, when you're checking your trailer lights, it's a two-man job. You got someone up there hitting the brakes, hitting the turn signals, not anymore. With your key fob here, you can cycle through all of the lights real easy with the key fob. Plain and simple. Titan XD went on sale in December of last year. The diesel version did. The gas version, Titan XD, went on sale in April, and then we've got the half-ton Titan coming out later this year. You want to find out more about it? Go to nissanusa.com. I'm Steve Parrott here at the Association of Great Lake Outdoor Riders Cast and Blast for 2016.
Thanks for watching Focus Outdoors Television, and follow us for more informative, educational, and entertaining programming.
Diesel train rolls down the line as I'm headed for the land of corn and rye. There is a place I'm always satisfied, full of remedies to ease my worried mind, like pulling catfish on the banks of Cherry Cove, watching